Good evening, everybody, or good morning, whatever time you're seeing this. I'd like to definitely let you know my name is Wallace Rise. I'm a wealth mentor with DDCT Incorporated, and I'm really excited about that title, Wealth Mentor. When I'm here to just educate you about some things real closely to just tell you the difference between poor people and wealthy people. It's a choice. It's decisions we make every day is the reason that why you have poor and why you have wealthy people. Wealthy people deliberately do certain things, and poor people deliberately do certain things. I'm going to kind of go back and forth to let you know why people are poor and why they're wealthy. Why do people become wealthy? And then why are people poor? And then you kind of decide, kind of really, what do you really want to be? Are you okay with being poor? And if you're okay with being poor, then that's fine. And this program is not for you. But if you want wealth, this program is for you. And that's why I'm going to identify exactly why people are poor and tell you exactly why they're wealthy. And I've got some notes to make sure I stay on track. One of the top reasons people are poor and why they struggle, well, I'll tell you the top two reasons. Number one is that they have a job. Period. If you have a job and you think you've arrived and you think you're successful, you're poor. You have to show up the next day. If you become unemployed for any length of time, you'll lose everything. So understand you are poor. Even if you live from paycheck to paycheck, if you got 6 months savings and you think that's going to help you, you are poor. You got to make that clear and understand you're poor. Because a job will do it. And what do I mean by that? A job will do it. That means that you're being leveraged and you're not leveraging yourself. Your skills are your assets. Somebody else is leveraging your skills and assets, so therefore you're poor. And I know I'm driving that point just to let you know, if you have a job, you're poor. And number two, because you have a job, you pay astronomical taxes, especially if you are a professional. You pay minimum 35%, maximum 39 to 40% taxes. And that is federal and city taxes. That's got nothing to do with property taxes. You have property taxes on there, you're pushing yourself towards more to 50% of your income. Those two are killers. You have no control. Remember that. A job, taxes, and no control. What I mean by no control, you have no control of anything in your life at all. Period. They tell you want to go to work. They tell you want to come home. They tell you if you can have a vacation. They tell you if you can have a personal day. And then they want to know why. Well, I thought that's why it was personal. They tell you if you can have a vacation, how long of a vacation, if it's approved, if it's not approved. They tell you how much money you make. You have to go ask for a raise. They tell you how much money you make. They tell you when your raise is going to happen, if it ever happens. They tell you what kind of insurance you're going to have. They're going to indirectly tell you what kind of car you're going to drive, and directly tell you what kind of house you're going to live in. You have no control of anything when you're poor. And when you have a job, you have no control of how much you pay in taxes. And I think this is a real cute one. How much you pay in taxes. You think, well, everybody pays the same amount in taxes, right? Not the person you work for. The person you work for, I would say, is probably wealthy. He has some control in what he pays for taxes. He may understand if I purchase this villa over here for company getaways, it puts me into a different tax bracket. Even though I get a corporate villa for the company, not only did I buy an asset for the company, but it might change my tax bracket. And if it changes my tax bracket, I'm paying less money in taxes. Meaning they have some control of how much they pay in taxes. It's kind of being like if I gave you on a shopping spree, I love this example. If I gave you $1,000 and said, go shopping and whatever you come back with, I'll take from you, right? Well, that's what the IRS has done with the businesses. Basically, spend expenses on your business and whatever you have left will tax you. So if you're a business owner, they're going to make sure that everything that they could put under their business expense will fall under their business expense. And I'm sure a lot of those things, because you don't have a business, you pay the same, you have those same expenses but you can't write them off. As a business owner, you can write off a cell phone. I won't go into too much detail, but I just want you to understand they have control of kind of how much taxes they pay. You have no control. A business owner, and what's really cute about this is because they have goals and they have dreams, they have at least 100 people working for them that don't have dreams. I'm going to talk about the 99%, 1%. Okay? 99% of the people in America retire in poverty at age 65. And the reason is because they work for somebody. They have a job. They don't leverage anything of themselves, meaning they're being leveraged. Wealthy people, what they do, they have control over somewhat the taxes they pay. They have some kind of input in how that works. And they have learned to leverage their skills and their talents as well as leverage other people. I would say at least 100 to be exact. If 1% of the people control 99% of the population, that should let you know that typically they hire people to work for their company. And when those people come to work for that company, they become that company's or that individual's leverage to help them accomplish their dreams and their goals and their dreams that they have for their lives. So if you don't have a goal or dream for your life, if you just want to be the corporate professional and your goal and your dream is just to live in a nice neighborhood and raise your family in a good school system, you will always work for the multi-millionaire that has different view. His view may be financial independence for him and financial independence for his kids, and to leave them a legacy of wealth instead of poverty, to actually become a financially independent person where they can become free. Now, what wealthy people do is they leverage other people, they leverage themselves, as well as they leverage money. And if you understand with leverage, if I have at least 100 people working for me, working towards my dreams and my goals, that means once I get them in motion, really moving, working hard, and I get me maybe 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, the more people I have working for me to help accomplish my goals, the more my goals are now realized because all these people are giving me everything that they have to help me accomplish my goals. That's how you leverage other people, and by leveraging other people, the wealthy become wealthier because they accomplish those goals and become very financially well off. Then they have the profits to then invest to make more money by investing in other businesses that they don't have to show up to either. Meaning the wealthy get themselves to a point where they leverage other people and they leverage money where they don't have to be anywhere because of leverage. Poor people never leverage anything and they have to show up to be somewhere to get a paycheck. That's why they stay poor, because they have to be there. Wealthy people sleep in while 400 or 500 people do work towards their goals and their dreams. And then the really successful people gets thousands of people to work for them. Tens of thousands of people to work for them. As many as they can get. Like Bill Gates would be a great example of thousands of people working for his company, and he owns probably 51% of the shares of his company. And I got a cute little note I put down here. It says, a lot of people hear me talk like this and they say, well, one of the things that people say, well, everybody can't be rich. I mean, if you had that thought, understand you just identified yourself of who you really are. You are an employee and you're poor, and you're taking your energies and efforts to help that wealthy person accomplish their dreams and their goals. Now, I think that what's sad about that is because you could just make that decision to be that wealthy person by understanding and learning how to leverage yourself and leverage your own skills and leverage other people, as well as once your business becomes extremely successful, learn how to leverage your profits to where money is now working for you and people are now working for you, where it puts you in a position to where you don't have to be anywhere. And I think that's powerful. And if you get what I was really saying, I hope you really understand what I was talking about. And it's real. I wanted to do this session as quick as I could, is to really make it really clear why people are wealthy and why people are poor. And it's not even education. Actually, the more education you got, if you got a master's degree or a PhD and you're watching this and you really believe in that degree, you really believe you earned it, you really take pride in it, you probably are poor. And if you don't get over that degree, because nothing in that degree taught you, none of it taught you how to have success, to be a business owner and be wealthy, and how to have 500 plus people work for you. Those degrees didn't teach you that. They taught you to go work for somebody and how to be leveraged. As well, all these degrees, they teach you skill sets. They teach you how to go, they teach you how it's done. They don't teach you why it's done. And that's what we want to make clear. You bring nothing to the table with all your education. It's actually a hindrance. I'd rather have somebody with an 8th grade education that will willing to learn and grow and develop, and I can help that person be a multimillionaire versus a person who's all educated and think they know it all. And I do want to make that clear. If you think you know it all, I think you'd be retired by now and wealthy by now, but you're not. It's because you don't know it all, especially if you have a job. Our goal is really to help the right people make the transition from employee to entrepreneur, to a successful entrepreneur. And I think I really covered everything I needed to cover. I just wanted to give you a taste of understanding why people are wealthy and why people are poor. And it's really I'm going to just say 3 things, why it is, and how you can change it. You have to begin to leverage and stop being leveraged. You have to learn how to leverage yourself and leverage other people, number 1. Number 2, change your tax structure by being in business for yourself. Of course, that leverage other people would be in your business, and changing your tax structure would be being in business for yourself. So those 2 things are key. And I think the 3rd thing is being in business. That's really it. That component can then begin to change your life to where you now put yourself on a path of learning wealth principles, and how to become financially independent by being your own boss and being and learning to take control of your life and make decisions for yourself instead of letting the company you work for make all the decisions for you. All right, take care. God bless.